Subaltern writing. So before going into detail, so let's know about the meaning of subaltern. Subaltern meaning is inferior rank, and it is the term used by Antonio Gramsci. So you'll be knowing later. So it here refers to the subaltern class or inferior rank classes like peasants, workers, and other groups denied to access the necessities of the life. Let's begin. A series titled Subaltern Studies, appearing in last 2 decades, that's in 1980 of 20th century, has introduced an almost new generation of historical writing on modern India. Ranjit Guha and his team like David Arnold, M.S. Pandey, Sujata Bose, Dipesh Chakravarti, etc. in India and abroad have initiated this new ideological approach to the study of tribal and peasant movements. So this approach seeks to restore, or you can tell as this approach restore a balance by highlighting the role of the politics of the people against elite politics, in the sense that a selected group that is superior in terms of ability or quality to the rest of group or society. So here it tells that this approach seeks to restore balance by highlighting the role of politics of the people as against elite politics played in Indian history. Thus, elite and people are viewed as binary or two domains to constitute a structural dichotomy or division. It claims to be an improvement on elite mode of exploiting and explaining history. We may call it history from below. It is society's own expression about itself. It is collected and recollected history recorded from the memory and lips of the informant. The Subaltern Studies are a collection of monographs, or it can tell as it is a detailed written study of single specialized subjects or an aspects of it. So he tells that these Subaltern Studies are a collection of monographs on diverse unconnected topics. Their one theme is the insurgency of lower class. That means the Subaltern Studies. One theme is to take an active revolt or uprising of the lower classes. Subaltern, a term taken from Italian Marxist Antonio Gramsci's manuscript writing, means of inferior rank, whether of class, caste, age, gender, or office. Subaltern studies bring to the light the lower section of Indian people hitherto, or we can tell as until now, they were neglected by the historiography. They are addressed to the range of topic extending in the time from the Mughal period to the 1970s, with their theme from communalism to industrial laborer, and in manner from descriptive to the conceptual. The distinctive feature of subaltern activity is that, in the sense, the main feature of subaltern writing or activity is being its labor orientation. The Subaltern Studies is Marxist in tone, premise, and analysis. The peasant, the factory workers, and the tribal, there was an accumulated grievances breaking out at time in rebellion against constituted authority, became object of subaltern historiographical treatment. So one of the writer, his name is Ranjit Guha, affirms that the peasant never stimulated or drifted into rebellion. So he tells that this peasant never go for this revolt. He rebelled consciously. Who this Ranjit Guha rebelled consciously, and only when he found that his pleading of various kinds that failed, insurgency, whether of the worker in the factory, villages, or plains, or Adivasis of the uplands, was deliberately way out of an intolerable condition of existence created by wicked landlords, dishonest traders, venal police, etc. Hence, revolts and their impact on Indian nationalism form staple theme for the historians of subaltern genre. Moreover, subaltern's consciousness, together with the elements of that consciousness, religious, superstition, communalism, and the view that subject classes took off the elites, became an object of historical study. In contemporary or present India, find examples of radical scholarship. Marxist and subaltern historiography are bringing historical inquiry to the foundations of Indian society. In its anxiety to highlight the struggles of the workers, the peasants, and the tribals. So the latter, in the sense this subaltern, has upset not only conventional historiography but even that of Marxist perspective.